Neeraj, you have a bet, in fact, likely to win a free coffee. But but the street expects a rate cut tomorrow, and Pallavi joins in with what the street is expecting in terms of what are economists saying. Pallavi.
Right, so the Monetary Policy Committee meet is currently underway, and this is the first MPC meet after the appointment of Governor Sanjay Malhotra and after the redesignation of Rajeshwar Rao in the Monetary Policy Department. It's also only the second meet for the three new external members, Ram Singh, Shogata Bhattacharya and Nagesh Kumar. Now, of the 42 economists polled by Bloomberg, all except for 6 expect the MPC to cut rates by 25 basis points. In fact, economists haven't entirely ruled out even a 50 basis points rate cut given the current setup, though that is extremely unlikely. Currently, of course, the benchmark lending rate is at about 6.5%. So if the MPC does move on rates, it will be the first time in 2 years that we see any action on repo rate, and in fact the first time since 2020 that we will see a rate cut. Now, what's changed from the last MPC to this one? Let's take a quick look. First up, of course, inflation has moderated from the last MPC meet to this one. We have seen steady easing in inflation. The last figure we have is for December, when it came in at 5.2%, and that's compared to 5.5% we'd seen in November. In fact, in October, which was the last figure the MPC had at the time of its last meet, inflation had come in at almost a 14-month high and in excess of the RBI's tolerance band. Encouragingly, as per the last print for December, food and beverage inflation has also eased, led by lower vegetable prices. Another talking point is, of course, liquidity. Now, in what was being called a rate cut by stealth, we did see the central bank announce a whole host of measures, and while liquidity continues to remain in deficit, despite all of those measures, there is expectation that we will see some improvement on the liquidity front and more measures being introduced, though a CRR cut might be a tad unlikely. They're also going to be keeping in mind easing, slowing growth. For the full year, we've seen the first advance estimates come in at just 6.4%, which means that this time around GDP growth will be the slowest in 4 years, and compared to a print of 8.2% we had seen in the last fiscal. Now, despite the fact that there was broad expectation that growth will pick up in the second half of the year, most high frequency indicators and of course corporate earnings to belie any signs of any solid pickup. Another point that the MPC will have to keep in mind, and that will make the rate cut a hard one, will be the rupee. Now, we've seen the rupee continue to depreciate to fresh lows, and that's of course led by actions by US President Donald Trump. But what remains to be seen is how far the RBI will go and what it will do in terms of the rupee. So quite an eventful MPC, the one we're looking forward to.
Thanks so much for that, Pallavi. But other things to watch out for, frankly, on the macro front. One, you have US unemployment claims, which will come through. You'll have 3 US Fed presidents who will be speaking. You'll also have the earnings today, later today, of Bharti Airtel, Britannia and Hero MotoCorp, as well as ITC to focus in on. You will have earnings tomorrow coming in, LIC, M&M, NHPC and Oil India. And you'll have certain corporate actions which also will flash on your screen in just about a minute, and those are the ones that you'll want to look out for. Some dividend payments on those companies, along with a share lock-in expiry. Sagility India, 3% of the shares will expire, and likely you might see a reaction on those counters as well.